for my friends back home who were discouraged and think that I was crazy traveling down here. I'm gonna make a few videos and you'll see this is for real.
For me, it feels like being in Africa for the first time.
Like seeing Africa with new eyes.
With fresh new eyes, right?
So for me, the solution is create that environment that we were looking for our people.
Hello good people, and welcome to the channel, and a special shout out to the gentleman and lady I'm just about to feature, Lamar and my sister Adila, all the way from Atlanta.
Bring you on our journey
To Rwanda and eventually to Kenya. They've made Nairobi their home. Let's listen in and share some valuable thoughts.
You're in Africa, you're still here. So how you feel? How you feeling these days?
Well, you know, I've gotten the question asked after the chain of events that's been going on in other parts of Africa. And I was asked, do you want to come back home? Do you think you will come back home? And my answer is, I don't want to go back home. I love this journey. I love being here. I love Kenya. I am ecstatic about this journey. I'm ecstatic about Nairobi. But I love the freedom of choosing how I want to spend my life. I don't want to have to go back to the norm, the rat race, the working 7 to 4:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning till whenever. Even as far as having my own business in the States, that was sun up to sundown, work every day, every day, every day, and never really get a chance to just smell the roses. And it's not easy here. It's not easy being on the continent, but I'm not afraid of anything here. I don't have any fear in my life right now. I'm not nervous. I don't have day-to-day anxiety of how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that, how I'm gonna get through this, how I'm gonna get through that. Now, there is those days where I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make money today. I hope I can do this, I can do that, but it's not, that's just regular life.
I think I can imagine what that kind of anxiety would do to somebody. Being African, born and raised on the continent, living in Nairobi, there are certain challenges we face, obviously, but our brothers and sisters who are out in the West, whether it's in London or in the streets of New York or whatever, they face far more bigger problems, and especially for the very simple reason that you seem to be a moving target all the time. So our African family must be going through life with, you know, a lot of anxiety running literally almost as a DNA, you know, as a gene that now you have gotten accustomed to a life where in very many ways you are a moving target. And Nairobi and many African cities, I want to believe, will represent a certain kind of inner peace, that you will be African in the streets. And I know there are greater conversations about identity that will come up, especially Lamar speaks about it, but you know, let's get to that.
Now, there is those days where I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make money today. I hope I can do this, I can do that, but it's not, that's just regular life. But to be able to take a walk, I enjoyed taking a walk this morning. People probably think I'm crazy because I'm walking and smiling and looking up at buildings and looking for butterflies.
One that is from up north that don't never smile, as you always remind us.
I'm saying good morning to the butterflies.
Good morning.
I am happy.
You will never say good morning.
I am happy. I am happy. So I, unfortunately, even as my granddaughter asked me today, You know, she's contemplating or considering going back home so she can go to school and you know, go to high school for her high school time. She said, Jado, why you won't just come back with us? And I'm like, I don't want to. If you leave and you're going back home, I will take that as this is my time to take my steps and just live for me. I don't have to live for my daughter. I don't have to live for my granddaughter. My mom is gone. I no longer have to live for her. So now this is the time that I will live for myself. And myself wants to continue this journey. I love it. I love this journey. And I know it's different for you. But for me,
I mean, not altogether. It's not altogether different, you know. I mean, much the same. I would say now being in Nairobi, for me, it feels like being in Africa for the first time.
like seeing Africa with new eyes.
With fresh new eyes, right? I feel better. You know, my thinking is a lot more clearer. My spirit is a lot more light.
That's crucial. A lighter spirit that essentially is a burden, a weight lifted. Go Black loves to say, damn America. Yes, so I can imagine that damn America can overburden our brothers and sisters who are out there. I've been to London and perhaps not as much. I didn't live there for long. But I can only imagine, one can only imagine. And a lighter spirit just means you are more alive, you are more rejuvenated, and you're happy just to be a human being, really. You know, remembering the events such as the foot on George Floyd's neck, it's traumatic. It's traumatic. It's one of those things that, for the reason that, you know, just you being African and knowing that that is somebody who's being punished because he looks exactly just like you. I may be 1,000 miles far removed from the US, but that brother's pain on the ground there is something that is like a dagger to your heart. Far off in Africa, in an African city, but you feel it. And so our family out there goes through that kind of trauma that has been running through their life for 200, 300, 400 years to be exact. For us, what we feel is anger. You know, you are angry at a system that you know is damaging part of your family. That could be damaging to you any minute you board a flight out to some of these cities. That's a reality. And it's a reality that those who really want to be engaging in that African American or, you know, British African versus continental Africans fighting each other ought to be alive to, because on that front you are one and the same. So an injustice that happens 1,000 miles away to your brother is just the same as something that will happen to you. So it's painful, it hurts, and we can connect. So hopefully, with that in mind, those who are even reluctant to come to Africa to visit and essentially consider Africa this God-forsaken place, this backward, disease-filled nation, poverty is rife and all these things. But hey, I mean, there's poverty everywhere. In the Bronx, you know, right at the doorstep of Hollywood, Skid Row. we see these images, and these are things we would never have known if it wasn't for social media. So there is nothing that is a preserve of Africa. Challenges that exist because of civilization today and the unequal wealth distribution will affect human beings anywhere on planet Earth. But let's get back to these guys,
So I jokingly say Nairobi saved me. You understand? Because there were a lot of questionable things for me, but not even just myself, just watching how you all are, how the effects of it is for you, for my mother, for the girls, and to see how much the same. Things are a little lighter. You understand? There's a lot more room to grow and more expression, for all of us in our own way. In our own way. The possibilities. That's the part. There's more of possibilities. So that's good. That's really good, because there are other things though that I'm still, grappling with. But that really doesn't have much to do with me as much as it has to do with we as a people living and being here in Africa. And because, many of us are trying to get here, more so trying to get away from and create a particular existence for ourselves that we can't really otherwise do in the way that we would like to do living in America. So the reception is still a little bumpy for me, meaning how we are received as a people and how we are accepted or not accepted as a people. So I'm still dealing with that there. I'm still dealing with that.
My brother Lamar, how are you doing, bro? This has been a struggle for him. And I think it's representative of a struggle for many other black diaspora who relocate to Africa, who want to have a presence, who want to consider Africa as their new home. The big question of acceptance is a difficult one to resolve. It may have to be a very personal journey. But I'll say one thing, based on what I've observed over time and sentiments and comments coming from our brothers and sisters, now living in Nairobi or whichever capital city in Africa. There's been a sense that perhaps the black community coming to Africa is targeted by the African brothers and sisters. It's not so much that the African American community or black diaspora is majorly targeted in that sense. What obtains in these places, these locations, even Nairobi for example, is that we've got challenges that exist based on how our governments run, how our systems run, and they are exploitative in nature, largely borrowed from the colonial system. And truth be told, this has never really left many African countries. So you are likely to feel the brunt, to bear the brunt of that. But the ordinary citizens as well, I can assure you, are feeling it, if not perhaps 5-10 times heavier than you are. They are victims every other day, denied access to resources on basic things such as medical care, good education, good roads. Nairobi is a growing city, lots of good locations, but on the flanks you'll also come across dire situations. Mathare, Kibera, Dandora, Kawangware, they are largely informal settlements. with little access to good facilities. So those are realities. And I think one would just have to make a choice and decide, is this something I'm willing to deal with? And then, of course, that would have to go into the place where you choose to stay. An environment that needs to be able to at least cater to some of the amenities that you are used to when you are out there in London or in the States, and a convenience that you can get from supermarkets, mega stores, or delivery services, or things like that. Those are realities. The bigger challenge is, I think, and you can share your thoughts, anybody else, including my brother here and my sister, that the question of identity is what one would wrestle with for a long time. And not being able to resolve that internally, because 400 years later, really, one cannot exactly pinpoint. The DNA diagnostics is helping, but you cannot exactly place yourself somewhere. But if there is something you can connect to, a people you can connect with, a place that has a meaning to you, that you find is home, that would help a lot. I noticed in one of the videos, these guys went to the Maasai area and they got African names, and I would want to believe that that has a great meaning in terms of an identity, a connection, an embrace, a welcome, if you will, from your brothers and sisters on the continent. That has a way of connecting you to the motherland, connecting you to a community. And that sense of community is the one thing that has kept Africa alive, even in times of difficulties, be it in the colonial era, but even now, that there are challenges that exist economically, but the sense of community keeps families going, becomes the backbone that shields you from breaking or falling apart when it's really difficult. The beauty is, my brother and sister here have found a sense of purpose by being here and also helping others connect. And we will see this at the end of the video. It's one of the most beautiful moments, I should say, that really my sister here, Adila especially, is so passionate about. But let me not steal the thunder from them. Let's watch the rest of this, and that extra clip will come up very shortly.
Yeah, I think, because I understand what you're saying, and this new journey that I'm on is because that is a situation, because that is, other people will have that type of experience as well. How are we received? Are we looked at and so forth? So for me, it's like, okay, and I'm a Capricorn, that's just how we are. The solution is create that environment that we were looking for our people.
Create the environment, that which they didn't find when they arrived, but be part of the solution that makes the landing softer for the others to stay on.
The question now is, how are we received by our own people that knows how it feels to not be received at all?
And and that's good. That's really good. You're absolutely right. And I think being in Nairobi, is helping me with that being a possibility that can be done.
Yeah.
That can happen.
That can happen.
Whereas when we were in Rwanda,
we didn't know though. We didn't know that it was needed. We were one of the people that were like, it's okay, we can do this on our own. We don't have to need, we didn't trust too many, and for valid reasons. We kept our circle small, you know, for valid reasons, and that was what we needed to survive that journey.
That's true. However, you know, see, it appears as though we're fresh here in Nairobi, but it appears as though our community of people, there's a difference here than it was in Rwanda. It seems like there's a more of a genuineness in how our community of people are willing to aid and assist, and the camaraderie is a lot different. And I think a lot of that has to do with because of Nairobi, being in Nairobi.
Because a lot of the people that we deal with here, they spent time in Rwanda, so they understand because of that time that they had the importance of unifying us as a people. Like, we've met genuine people that just want to see us succeed here, and they pour into us, they minister to us, they just really help to see that if it wasn't for them, would we've been able to survive this transition? I'm not sure. And so other people that come over, we have to be able to be that vessel for them as well.
It's true.
And to supply that type of environment. And I kind of feed off of that energy. It kind of excites me. It gives me purpose because you feel happy, you feel fulfilled. And being here and having that purpose just enhances the journey.
The residential tourists just found their calling in the motherland to be that vessel for the others. So we'll take a look at the fresh clip as they engage, as they start this new journey. Most beautiful, most inspiring, and honestly, I wish them all the very best. Let's check this out, man. Let's check this out.
So this video, guys, we're going to show you our latest project with Adila's Relocation Services. We have a new family that came into Kenya, and they got to come right directly from the airport to their new home.
Here we go. Beautiful family.
Hey.
Welcome to Kenya, to their new home. Okay, you get over it. Okay, I guess.
Welcome home, man. And this brother has another brother in Nairobi. I can guarantee you, DJ Adrian, who's been spinning at Capital FM for the longest time. These guys could pass for siblings, same mother, same father. Hey, I'm not kidding you. I'll put his picture up. You check it out later and you tell me in the comments if these two look alike or not. You got a brother in Nairobi, man.
They met a long 14 hours. Well, it's a straight flight.
The airways, so everyone else is 22.
14-hour flight. Wow. Little Angel has discovered something. Okay.
Oh, she see my
Precious little bike.
That's precious.
Tricycle.
Oh, that's
Man, these are the stories, man. I can imagine that this young family is looking to raise their children on the continent. Greater peace, the peace we talked about earlier, obviously. So this is going through the motions there.
I'm here with our first family with the relocation services here in Nairobi. And just please tell the audience, tell our people how your experience was with the relocation services. Was it what you expected? Was it frustrating? Was it what could I have done better? And did you your apartment, did you love it? Do you like it? The area? Like, that's tough to me.
Okay, can you go first, baby? Okay. So, over my expectation, for sure. When she sends the pictures, it doesn't do justice. When you step into the place and see it with your own eyes, and then, baby having some fun.
Yeah.
See it with your own eyes, and then you can even picture even more what you can do, which is amazing because you're not being there. It's like being blindsided.
Sure.
But just like I told her and her husband, it's like I had my food.
Happy client.
Anything while we were doing the
Everything was a
process.
surprise and more. Like, the little details she put in that she didn't even let us know. Breathtaking, amazing. It's so sweet.
Awesome.
We truly appreciate it. We truly appreciate it.
I would recommend her
To
to
anybody.
anybody, my friends, my family. She's very
feel
honest.
so emotional.
And she keep it real.
Yes.
Keep it real.
Beautiful.
So, and because we knew they were coming, we planned our event. Y'all don't know this, but we planned the event for tomorrow on the 24th for you guys. Because we've had 4 other families and people coming in. And we were like, let's do it that weekend so that our new expats coming into Kenya will feel welcome. We have so many surprises for you guys tomorrow. I'm so excited. But this is what we want to do. We want to make sure that you guys know that you're coming home. You're coming to a family of us and your Kenyan family. So you're not here alone. And I'm just so happy that you guys trusted us with this process, and I hope it's everything that you can imagine. Yes. And I'm so excited that we have a baby in the interview here.
Let's hear from her. Let's see what she has to say. What do you think? Huh? Yeah, that says it all. The smile. Oh, I get a hug.
And he gets a hug too.
You're welcome.
See, my daughter gave him a big hug.
Yes.
Yeah, babies can figure these things out too.
Oh, this
I
is
got
great.
one more thing to say for my friends back home who were discouraged and think that I was crazy traveling down here. I'm gonna make a few videos and you'll see this is for real.
He was crazy because he took a chance on his future, on his freedom. He took a chance in faith. So he's crazy because he ain't like y'all. He's different.
Absolutely. Crazy? Yes, it is. It is to a certain degree. But I think I must applaud, those who are taking the chance, taking the risk, making the move all the way to a new location and starting life anew. Welcome to Nairobi. Welcome to Africa. We wish you guys all the best. So, the more the merrier. We've now just pointed you to Adila's relocation services. I'll include their link to their YouTube channel in the comment section below. So feel free to check them out. Give them the business. Subscribe to their channel as well. It does go a long way, helping guys build a profile and put a bit of bread on the table if you wish. As well, hit the subscribe button here, like and share, so that we can also get the story out to as many more people as possible. With that, I want to say many thanks for dropping into the channel. Many thanks for our subscribers, or to our subscribers, and kindly check out the other stories that are upcoming. This is definitely Afrocentric Africa, where we connect you with the continent. Many thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.